You see here, hi guys and gals. Well, for vlogging purposes, I'll be going a little bit here in the trail in the woods, but I won't be able to walk very far in it because we've had rain for the last 2 weeks almost non-stop, and so it can be pretty messy. And I was gonna say I almost fled where I usually eat because there was a class with about, well, it's end of school time, and there was about 30, I would say, kindergarten children with, they were with 4 different professors, I guess, 4 different adults anyway. There's a fountain there, so they were all there playing around in the fountain, and now was the point where they were going to have that. There's a place where they can barbecue, so they were making sausages, and they were going to have a fun time. I was just thinking of it, isn't that, the end of the year picnics, trips and thing, at school, be it, well, especially in grade school, they were always great. Where I used to live in Sutton, Quebec, the Granby Zoo, so I guess probably the only person who'll know what I'm talking about is Andy Feckwig, because he was also from Quebec, at least in his youth. And that was I was going to say a staple visit. I mean, it was like, it was probably like some 50 kilometers from where we live, but it was a big visit. I mean, by the time that I was going to say a young adult, probably been there enough, didn't really care to go back for a while. But if you're a kid, it's an outing and it's fun. Oh, I'm going to chat about today. Well, have you often had the situation where you forget which day of the week is, or at one point you have the day wrong? I mean, all of us have had that. I mean, we all tend to forget things all of a sudden, like you're looking at something, you can't remember what you were supposed to be doing, or stuff like that. It happens to all of us, but for some reason, I don't know, this week I'm always a day ahead, which is actually no fun because that means I always think I'm one day. So today is Wednesday, but I had my schedule for Thursday in my head because we've got a delegation coming over from another country, and I haven't the full corporate armor on, but yeah, I pulled out I brought my tie and my jacket and so on, and finishing a series of PowerPoints and chatting with my colleague and saying, well, we got to check the beamer and see if everything is okay. And then he said, well, it's tomorrow. And I said, really? And he said, yeah. Well, I said, in a way, it was kind of nice because I felt we were kind of tight in our schedule because I got another big meeting Friday evening where I've got to present a bunch of scientific projects to a scientific board. And I was thinking, yeah, this is getting kind of tight. I still got quite a few things to look at, and then there's this other thing, and now I realize all of a sudden, at least this case, it's a good side of it, I've got an extra day. But nevertheless, in my head it was like, oh, Friday's going to be cool, because Friday I'll be able, we finish a little bit earlier on Friday, so I thought, okay, well, anyway, you know how most jobs are, you finish when it's done, but at least, Friday I was thinking, oh, that's cool. I mean, it's Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday's off. Well, no, Friday, instead of finishing a little bit earlier as I usually will, I'll finish a lot later than I usually will. So it'll bring me into the weekend, but not in the way that I was hoping. I'll just kind of get there dragging and kicking. Yeah. You can hear the birds. It's kind of nice to hear them again, and with all the rain, I mean, they were there in the mornings. You could hear them, but it's different. So over here now, everything is green again, but it's not like that. If you remember a few weeks back, how really it was like almost phosphorescent green, like kind of like the algae type of green. Anyway, yeah, so it is kind of nice. One thing that I have to see, how many minutes am I into this thing? That'll be for another vlog, I think. Yeah, I've already spoken. Oh, I haven't. About 5 minutes. Okay. Well, there's another thing. I mean, one good chat about. I mean, it's following up on the Orlando stuff, but that'll be way too long a vlog if I get into that. But I mean, just a flavor of it is like, you know, how the medias and the politicians are using an event to pass an agenda. That is, if you ask me, not funny. Not funny for very, very many reasons, and in this case, a lot of agendas are being forced down people's throats when we should be showing compassion. But the worst thing that I find is that even the people... Oh no, let me not get into it. If I get into it, it will become the whole vlog, and I don't want to do that right now. No, it's a vlog on its own, and I've already spoken long enough. But anyway, I'm certain that in the comments some of you will already realize that what I'm saying is a fact, and it's a fact more and more now. What's coming up though here in Europe, and I'll be finishing on that, is tomorrow there is the Brexit vote or referendum. So if Britain stays or leaves the EU, and yeah, I mean, I can get that there's a lot of heated discussions there, and as you know, there's already been one murder related to that. So the world is in a bad state right now. It really is. Oh well, luckily there's these havens of peace, and I really will now finish on that, is that each of us to each other, we are many times a haven of peace. Yeah. DC signing off. Take care, everybody. And it is, nevertheless, even if my days are all mixed up, it is hump day, Wednesday. Bye-bye. Take care.